In the previous session, we have seen the analysis of transconductance amplifier with feedback in case of ideal situation where the feedback network is ideal. It doesn't load the feed-forward amplifier on input as well as output side. Now we will consider the second case where the feedback network is not ideal. So we will consider here the practical case. So as in previous case, the feed forward amplifier has input as a voltage. So this is Ri, its input impedance, this voltage is Vi, and we have the voltage controlled current source Am into Vi and the output impedance in parallel with this current source as Ro. So this is feed forward amplifier. This is the model of a feed forward amplifier. Input impedance is Ri, output impedance is Ro. So we know that the output quantity is a current. So this is the output terminal, which are generally in ideal case they are short circuited. So this is the current IO or I out, and this is the voltage Vs. So in this case, Am open, this is without loading effect, is given by Am, which is equal to I out by Vs or IO divided by Vs. But we are going to consider here a practical case. Now if feedback network is not ideal feedback network, so it will be having the input impedance is equal to, we will assume it to be equal to R22. Input quantity to the feedback network is a current. In ideal case, the input impedance is 0, but here we are assuming it to be R22. Output side of the feedback network is having voltage as a output. So we can represent by its Thevenin's equivalent. So output impedance is R11 and this output voltage or the voltage controlled current source. So this current is equal to IO. So this is given by beta into IO. This is of a more practical nature of a feedback network. Now when this feedback network is used along with the feed forward amplifier, we will get a circuit something like this. So we have feed forward amplifier input impedance Ri plus minus Vi. This is voltage controlled current source Am into Vi. Sorry, its output impedance is in parallel because it is a current source. So this is Ro. This is Ro. Feedback network has the input impedance of R22. Then there is a current controlled voltage source beta into IO. It has its own input impedance. It has its own output impedance is equal to R11. Now we know that if we consider more practical case, the voltage source will be having a series resistance Rs. So this is Rs, this is equal to Vs plus minus Vs, and the feedback signal is placed in series with the input signal. Similarly, to sense output quantity is a current. So to sense current, we know that the feedback network input should be connected in series with output of a feed forward amplifier. And in a more practical case, we assume that the load resistance RL is connected instead of short circuit. So this is more practical case. So this is the feedback network. This is feedback network. And This is feed forward amplifier. This is feed forward amplifier. Now, in order to do analysis of a feedback circuit or an amplifier with feedback with loading effect, we should calculate beta separately, that is the feedback factor, and open loop gain with loading effect. Open loop gain with loading effect means we should only include the effect of R11 on the input side of feed forward amplifier and the effect of R22 on the output side of feed forward amplifier. So we have seen that we will not calculate R11 and R22 separately, but we will duplicate the feedback network on input side and output side of the feed forward amplifier. We should understand that in order to duplicate it, we should use following rule. So for example, in this case, what can be done is I will be duplicating the feed forward. I will be duplicating the feedback network on input side. So we have, this is Ri, this is plus minus Vi, this is Rs, this is Vs, plus minus Vs. So the feedback network is duplicated here. Feedback network is duplicated. This is plus minus beta into IO. IO is nothing but this current, that is IO. So this current is also equal to IO. So we have a circuit. Now suppose we have to make this beta into IO equal to 0. So it is replaced by short circuit, and then only R22 will be a part of a circuit. Sorry, R11 will be part of a circuit. So this is R11. So what should be done? The input side of the feedback network should be open circuited. If it is open circuited, this current IO will be equal to 0. So if IO is 0, beta into IO is equal to 0. So this voltage source will be replaced by short circuit. Similarly on output side, so this is current source is AM into Vi, then there is RO, and we should duplicate the feedback network on this side. So feedback network consists of plus minus, this is beta into IO, and then we have this as R11. So now you can see that this is the input side of a feedback network. Feedback network. And this is the output side of a feedback network. Output side of feedback network. So the feedback network, so both have been duplicated. This is also a feedback network. This is also a feedback network. Both have been duplicated on input side and output side. So for the feedback network which is connected to the input side of a feed forward amplifier, the input side of the feedback network should be open circuited. The feedback network which is connected on the output side of the feed forward amplifier, its output terminal should be also open circuited. So as a general rule, you can see that in the original circuit, the input side of the feedback network is in series. When there is a series connection, in duplication, that part of the feedback network should be open circuited. Similarly, on the input side or on the input side of the feed forward amplifier, output of a feedback network is connected in series. That's why in duplicated circuit, the output side of the feedback network is also open circuited. If the feedback network is connected in parallel, then that side in the duplication should be replaced by short circuit. So if you remember this rule, it is easy to understand when to open circuit the input side or output side of the feedback network. So this is the duplication. This is RL. With this circuit, if we calculate the gain, because now feedback has been destroyed, beta into I naught will be equal to 0, and we will not be having any kind of this. This is R22, R11 or R22, sorry. So the loading effect has been included, feedback has been removed because the feedback signal beta into I0 has been made 0, and we will get the open loop gain with loading effect. If we solve this circuit, we will get the open loop gain with loading effect. Now suppose we have to calculate a feedback factor. In this case, what is done? So feedback circuit, I will draw it here again. This is R, this is R11, this is R11, this is the voltage source beta into I naught, and we have, this is R22, this is the input impedance of the feedback network. In order to calculate beta, the unit of beta in this case is voltage divided by current. Feed forward amplifier has the gain which is transconductance. It has a unit of conductance. So feedback network has a unit of resistance. So beta is this voltage, we call this as Vf, should be divided by IO to calculate beta. So we apply the known current source IO. So in this case, we can see that Vf will be equal to, the current flowing through R11 is 0 because it is open circuited. So Vf is equal to beta into I naught, and I naught has been given because this current will be equal to I naught flowing through R22. So Vf divided by I naught will be equal to beta. So this is calculated under the condition that this current If equal to 0, to indicate that the output side of the feedback network has been open circuited. So this is the equation. By this method, we will calculate the value of beta. Once this is known, we can see that AV closed is given by AV open divided by 1 plus loop gain, which is equal to beta into AV open. Here AV open is, or AM open we called it as. So I will replace this by AM closed. AM closed is equal to AM open divided by 1 plus beta into AM open. So this is a closed loop gain. Unit is ampere per volt or mho or Siemens. So you can use any one of the unit. So gain is reduced by a factor 1 plus loop gain. You can see that on the input side, the output side of the feedback network is connected in series, and we know that if anything is connected in series, its impedance will increase. So we can write R in closed will be equal to R in open multiplied by 1 plus beta into A, which is equal to AM open. So input impedance will increase by factor 1 plus loop gain in case of transconductance amplifier with feedback. Similarly, on output side, you will see that the input side of the feedback network is connected in series with the output side of the feed forward amplifier. Again, it is a series connection. Output impedance will also increase. So R out closed is equal to R out open multiplied by 1 plus beta times AM open. So this is the way by which we calculate the closed loop parameters when the loading effect of the feedback network is taken into account. Now we will see one example based on the transconductance amplifier with loading effect. We will take here the circuit. So suppose we have this is RD1, this is V in, this is the transistor M1, its series resistance is say RES1. Output of this is connected to PMOS, its drain resistance is RD2, this is M2, and the output of it is connected to another NMOS. So this current is called as I out. Output quantity is a current. You know that to convert the current into voltage, because voltage has to be subtracted, some series resistance has to be placed. Because it is in source terminal, we will call it as RES3. This is M3. And this voltage is applied across this. So this is RF. So we should understand that in this case the output quantity is a current. RES3, RF and RES1 will form a feedback network, because RES3 is inserted only to convert current into voltage, and that voltage is subtracted from V in by making use of RES1 and RF. So V in minus this voltage, this will be VF. So this is VDD. So this is a transconductance amplifier. In this case, first we will see the calculation of beta. Remember that beta in this case has the unit of resistance. So I will repeat here the feedback network. So it consists of RES1, whose one terminal is connected to ground. There is RF, and there is another resistance RES3. As per the definition, this is the feedback signal. So we should open, so this current should be IF is equal to 0, and we should measure this voltage, that is plus minus VF between ground and this terminal. So this voltage has to be measured. Input quantity is a current, so we should apply the known current source IO, and we should find out VF by IO when IF is equal to 0, means open circuit voltage VF. So if I apply the current division rule, the current going in this direction, the current going in this direction will also flow through RES, because this current is 0. So current flowing through RES is same as the current flowing through RF, and we can write the current flowing through RES as IO multiplied by RES3 divided by RES3 plus RF plus RES1. This is the current that flows through RF and RES1 multiplied by RES1 will give us a voltage of VF, and because the output terminal has been open circuited here. So Vf divided by IO, which we call it as beta, will be equal to RS3 into RS1 divided by RS3 plus RF plus RS1. You can see unit wise. In the numerator there is a resistance square, in the denominator there is a resistance, so it has a unit of resistance, feedback factor. Second is the calculation of open loop gain with loading effect. That is very important, with loading effect. We call this as AM open, but you should understand that it includes the loading effect. For this to happen, what should be done is the feedback network should be duplicated on input and output side. So what we will do, in the same circuit I will do this configuration. So this RF I will remove it from here. So this is RF and this is RS3. Similarly, this is RF and this is equal to RS1. So we know that this side is the input side of a feedback network, while this is the output side of the feedback network. What should be done as per our definition? It should be open circuited. So this is open circuited, not short circuited. This is also open circuited. So for the feedback network connected on the input side of the feed forward amplifier, the input side of the feedback network should be open circuited, and for the feedback network duplicated on the output side of the feed forward amplifier, its output terminal should be open circuited. So we have to use this circuit to find out the open loop gain with loading effect. So loading effect has already been included in this circuit. We have to just find out the gain. So I will call this voltage as point as X, this point as Y. So Vx will be equal to input multiplied by gain. So we can write Vx is equal to minus, because it is a common source amplifier with source degeneration. We are neglecting RO1, RO2, RO3, etc. So in this case, minus RD1 divided by RS1 parallel RF plus RS3. You should see that RF and RS3, they are in series because same current flows through them, and RS1 is in parallel with RF plus RS3 plus 1 by GM1. This is the gain equation multiplied by input. Input in this case is Vin1. So input is Vin1. So this can be written as minus GM1 into RD1 divided by 1 plus GM1 into RS1 parallel RF plus RS3 multiplied by Vin. This is the equation for Vx. Vy is equal to Vy is equal to input multiplied by gain of amplifier consisting of M2. So it is minus GM2 RD2. So it is minus GM2 into RD2 is the gain. It is a common source amplifier consisting of PMOS without source degeneration. So it is minus GM into RD multiplied by input. Input is Vx in this case. So if I write the expression for it, if I put for Vx, so it becomes plus. So GM1, GM2, RD1, RD2 divided by 1 plus GM1 into RS1 parallel RF plus RS3 into Vin is the equation for Vy. Now we know that the current that flows through the source and drain terminal is same. This is also equal to I out. We can write the expression for I out as, so I can write I out is equal to GM3 into VGS3. So which is equal to GM3, VGS3 is Vy minus I out, the voltage at source terminal of M3 is I out multiplied by the resistance present in its path, which is equal to RS3 parallel RF plus RS1, which is equal to I out. So if I take I out related term on one side, we will get this as I out 1 plus GM3 into RS3 parallel RF plus RS1 is equal to GM3 into Vy. So if we substitute the value of Vy, it is given here, so which is equal to GM3, GM1, GM2, RD1, RD2 divided by 1 plus GM1 into RS1 parallel RF plus RS3 multiplied by Vin. So we want finally the expression for I out by Vin. Therefore I out by Vin, which is equal to AM open is equal to GM1, GM2, GM3, RD1 into RD2 divided by divided by 1 plus GM1 RS1 parallel RF plus RS3, and this whole is divided by again the factor on I outside, which is equal to 1 plus GM3 into RS3 parallel RF plus RS1 so this is the factor. So we have AM open. We have calculated AM open. It is simple to find out what is AM closed. AM closed is given by AM open divided by 1 plus beta times AM open. We have calculated beta separately, AM open separately. So which is equal to AM open is GM1, GM2, GM3 into RD1 into RD2 divided by 1 plus GM1 into RS1 parallel RF plus RS3 whole divided by, or I can write it here itself. So it is 1 plus GM3 into RS3 parallel RF plus RS1 and divided by 1 plus beta. Beta is given by, beta in this case we have got it as beta is calculated as RS1 RS3 divided by RS1 plus RS3 plus RF. So beta is RS1 RS3 divided by RS1 plus RS3 plus RF multiplied by again AV open, which is the same quantity here. So it is GM1, GM2, GM3 into RD1 into RD2 divided by 1 plus GM1 into RS1 parallel RF plus RS3 into 1 plus GM3 into RS3 parallel RF plus RS1 so this is the overall expression for what we call it as AM closed. So this can be simplified further, but I will not do it here. You should write it in a more simplified format. Okay, so this is the expression for AM closed. Similarly, if input and output impedance, now in this case we can see that the output impedance with loading effect, output impedance is the current seen or the resistance seen by I out, is equal to RS3 parallel RF plus RS1. So it will be multiplied by 1 plus loop gain. Input impedance is already infinite, so we cannot improve it further. So this is the way by which we can handle the problems which consist of a transconductance amplifier in feedback. In the next session we will see the trans resistance amplifier in feedback. So you can see this complete analysis, the steps given to calculate beta as well as open loop gain with loading effect in this particular slide, and the example has been solved here that we discussed just now. So to calculate the closed loop parameters of an amplifier like closed loop gain, closed loop input impedance and closed loop output impedance with loading effect in case of transconductance amplifier. Again I am repeating that if input side of the feedback network is connected in series with output side of a feed forward amplifier in duplication, on the input side of the feed forward amplifier, input side of the feedback network should be open circuited. If it is connected in parallel, then the input side of the feedback network should be short circuited. Similarly, for the circuit duplicated on output side of the feed forward amplifier, if output side of the feedback network is connected in parallel with the input side of the feed forward amplifier, then it should be short circuited. If it is connected in series, then the output side of the feedback amplifier should be open circuited for calculation of open loop gain with loading effect. So you should remember this for all kinds of amplifiers. Thank you.